The DirecTV bus is on the move, stopped in Tallahassee yesterday, today to Columbia, South Carolina, where we say hello to South Carolina head coach Steve Spurrier. Coach, picked to be the preseason favorite in the SEC East. What does that preseason poll mean to you?
Well, hopefully it'll prove to be right, but who knows? We got to go play the games, and we're trying to impress upon our guys that we really were not any big, powerful team last year. We won the division with a 5-3 record. Tennessee, Georgia, Florida did not have the years they usually have, so we were sort of fortunate there. But we're going to have to play a lot better than we did last year. We were only 7th in the SEC in offense and in defense. So we need to improve a lot if we think we're going to win the East this coming year.
You certainly do have weapons on offense. You get running back Marcus Lattimore back for his sophomore season. He says he dreams about winning the Heisman all the time. You won a Heisman. You've coached a Heisman winner. How would you describe Marcus's chances?
Oh, I don't know what his chances are. If we have a real big year, like win 10, 11, 12 games, he'll certainly have a chance. But if we don't, you know, usually the Heisman goes to a player on a team that's in contention for the national championship and so forth. But Marcus, you know, I had a little talk with him the other day. It's okay to want that thing, and but I told him, I said, if you keep talking about it, now the media will ask you something about it every week, and we really don't need to talk about individual goals as much as team goals as we go through the season. So he said, I got you, Coach, you're right. And but he's such a wonderful young man. He wants to do everything he can to help our team. And if he has that big year and the Heisman comes, that'll be just a big bonus for us.
He's coming off an outstanding freshman season, and you also welcome in the #1 recruit in the country and defensive end Jadeveon Clowney. Coach, what impact has he had in fall practice?
Well, Jadeveon's out there going full go. He's actually with the second team defensive front right now, but it won't be long before he's probably with the first group. We don't play for another 3 weeks now, so he's got time to move up. But he's here to play. And Jadeveon, 6'6", about 250, runs about 4'5". We're going to let him go play. So he's a fine young man, modest, wonderful teammate to all the guys, and has blended in very nicely thus far.
Where do you think he'll need to make the biggest adjustment from high school to the college game?
Probably just going against big, strong offensive linemen, quicker guys. That's probably the biggest adjustment. Just speed of the game is obviously faster, but he looks like a 3rd or 4th year defensive lineman already, so he shouldn't have a lot of trouble blending in with the speed of the game.
Coach, you banned your team from tweeting. Why?
Well, we had a couple of players put some sort of nasty remarks on there in the off season during the summer, and I guess we had some immaturish type guys that didn't handle that situation. So we just said, let's quit tweeting for a while here. If we get a little bit more mature team, maybe we'll let them do it once the season's over.
Well, we hope it's all right with you if we ask you some questions that came to us via Twitter. And you can send us your questions or your tweets at username @SportsCenter. Coach, this one is from Trey Cox 10. Why did Coach Spurrier let Steven Garcia back, referring to your quarterback?
He was actually suspended for stupidity, I call it. I don't want to go into all the details, but he didn't do anything to harm anybody or get arrested. He just sort of used some bad language at an event that was sort of an immaturish act. And we tried to send a message to him that if you're going to be a student athlete here, you got to act in a first-class manner a little bit more. So anyway, he hasn't done a lot of terrible things. He just sort of immaturish things. And we think he's really grown up. We think he's changed his lifestyle. He's a different person. And thus far, he has acted that way, and we expect him to act that way throughout the rest of his career here.
All right, Coach, a lighter question comes to us from MC Smith 11. He asks, Coach Spurrier, are there any college coaches that can compete with you on the links?
I can't beat Ricky Neuheisel, I know that. But there's probably a lot of them that can beat me out there right now. We used to have a tournament several years ago in Dallas in the mid-'90s. John Makovic was always in the finals there, and the coach at Southern Miss, I can't think of his name right now, but he won it a couple times. I managed to win that one once. But they don't have any tournaments much like that, but I bet on Ricky Neuheisel to win it.
Coach, what's your handicap? You ever have a hole-in-one?
Oh, I've had several hole-in-ones. I try to play as a 9 or 10, something like that. I try to play at 9. My pride won't let me go into double digits yet. We don't play enough as coaches to have a real handicap, but I try to play at 9.
Well, the clubs go in the garage for a little while. The Gamecocks open up the season September 3rd against East Carolina. South Carolina head coach Steve Spurrier, thanks for joining us today on SportsCenter.
Good to be with you.